news from nowhere. The more news from nowhere. What can I say?
Well, here we are with another more news from nowhere, another episode.
So, Johnny, what have you seen so far?
Well, there's the one about the teacher. Did you see about in a lesson that he put like an illustration of Prophet Muhammad or something at this school, and all the parents have apparently protested outside the school, and that's been in the news recently. The connection again, it seems to be everything about protesting at the moment, doesn't it? It's is it another ruse to get people to not protest? Because a lot of the anti-lockdown ones now, protests are becoming more like prevalent. So I wonder if they're trying to use that protest. Same with the Sarah Everard one, kind of like to make protests look bad. Because I know the housing secretary, Robert Jenrick, I think his name is Jenrick. He was against the protests of the teacher who did the Muhammad picture. He said it wasn't right, and he says that it's a bad thing to protest. So was that put there to say protests are bad? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's?
Yeah, personally, I saw a photograph of it on one of the mainstream news, and I just noticed the picture was quite lacking of police presence. I saw a lot of people close gathering.
Yeah.
Journalists there with cameras, and obviously a lot of people protesting, but I didn't see any police at all on the photograph.
One of the things that cropped up with me, I don't know if there's any correlation with it, but it happened in the area of Bateley and Spen. And it was right where Joe Cox's MP constituency was, that Bateley and Spen.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And where it happened, this school is only like literally 5-minute drive away from where she was apparently murdered. And because it's a racial thing, they're saying, with a Muslim thing, and the Joe Cox apparent murder was supposed to be like racially, about, because Joe Cox apparently was all for immigration, and Tommy Mayer apparently was this far right guy who, wanted to put, for white people. So I don't know if there's any correlation with that. It probably isn't, but I'm just thinking that the geographics of everything and the root of it is the same as the whole Joe Cox murder. I don't know if it's just something I saw. I thought, oh yeah, that was Joe Cox's constituency. It's funny that, but it probably has nothing to do with it. But I just thought that was the observation. I just picked up on it, so just thought I'd put that there, because you never know. So they're using that racial thing again, because it's race, isn't it? That's another thing, dividing again. Yeah. So we see this a lot, don't we? Protest, the anti-protest, want to put the protest down and put a bad light on that, so it stops people protesting in a certain way. We know what way. And then the divide of the racial thing again, the Muslim, and it's all, the news seem to be guided around that. So I'm thinking this article is something to do with that psychologically in the media, but
Yeah. No, it's also very strange that I didn't see any, like I say, I didn't see any police in that picture. And also, when we saw the Black Lives Matter protest, there was the police was actually being really nice and actually kneeling in front of everybody, which is, so it gives really the wrong message. I think I'm all for unity. I'm not here to, as you are, we're not here to divide people. But when we see police are being really quite strong with certain protests, and then being so nice on the others, it gives the wrong message.
Yeah, it's obvious framing for me. It's framing it for that for me. So yeah, that's all about that particular article. I don't know if you've got anything, Paul.
Not really, Johnny. Oh, thank you very much. I've just got an article. You want to read it?
Yeah, pass it over.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Right, let's have a look at this then. Dear Mr. Northridge, thank you for your recent purchase of the DVD Hot Kinky Dwarf Sex Circus 2. I think you've given me the wrong piece of paper here, Paul.
Yeah, Johnny. Okay, I think. Okay, this is the news bit. Okay, this is the article. Okay.
Right, okay.
So, in other news, the seven dwarfs have been advised that they can only meet in groups of 6, and one of them is not happy.
Ah, I like it. It's Bat Dwarves again, though. A bit of a pattern happening here, Paul.
Kind of, isn't there, Johnny? Sorry.
Well, I think that's all then. Unless there's anything else you want to tell us about the DVD that you've ordered, Paul.
Well, if anyone's got any other parts, or like part 2, part 3, I'll be more than happy.
like the dwarf.
Like the dwarf.
That's a good little link. I like that. Right. Well, until then, I think we'll leave it for this episode, shall we? It's going down a bit of a route, I think.
Let's go.
We'll bring you another episode soon, but for now, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
More news, no way. More news, no way.